other passenger that goes in there when the next passenger? How do you conclude that the Uber driver took it? 303-713-TALK. I'd like to speak to them when we get a chance. They're in Vegas, I believe. We will check on that. But I was told the phone was stolen, not lost, stolen. Have you ever lost anything in a cab or an Uber or Lyft car? I've lost things in cabs. Never once ever have I recovered anything left in a cab. When I left something in a cab, I'm usually told, sorry, he didn't find it. I've never had anything recovered ever from a cab. 303-713-TALK. Let's go to the phones. Linda, welcome. What's going on, Linda?
Hi. I'm a retired senior citizen that I lived in an RV for a year while I was waiting for government housing. And I had Dish Network while I was in the RV. And now they're telling me that I can't cancel my service, that they're going to charge me $400. I told them I never agreed to a contract because I knew I would not be in the camper for more than a year. And they threatened to take my money out of my bank.
Well, first you have to close the bank account.
Well, my Social Security is deposited into that, so it's like I can't do that real fast.
Well, you have to do it quickly. You have to, I'm just going to tell you what you have to do. You literally have to go to another institution. You can't even stay at the same bank. If you stay at the same bank, because of the bank's internal policies, they will follow you no matter what account you open. And if Verizon claims, not Verizon, DirecTV claims that you have a relationship with them, they will garnish any new account you have. So therefore, closing the account and keeping it at the same bank will make no difference. People believe if they close an account, it'll stop it. It won't. I wish you could stop withdrawals to your account. You can't. If someone claims to have a contract with you, just claims. They don't have to show any proof. I know what I say here sounds so ridiculous. No one ever really picks up on it because they don't believe it until it happens to them. But I'm telling you now that if you close that account and opened another account in the same bank and you think you're free, and Verizon says, oh, we used to have a draft on this account, what's her new account? They'll give the new account and take the money out of that. So you'll never get free of them unless you close the account and open up another account at another bank. That's the only way you can stop it, okay? And as far as now, if they do happen to take it, you can sue them in small claims court to get it back, because most of the time, Dish, CenturyLink, and all these others, they don't get a contract. They just tell you have a contract. So you never signed a contract.
No, I did not.
Did you give assent to a verbal contract that was recorded?
No, I would not have done that because I knew it wouldn't be there 2 years.
And they claimed you had a 1-year contract.
2 year.
A 2-year. Did you ask to see it?
No. They just told me that on the phone.
Okay. Once you move your account, you cancel your service, and that's it. And then if they try to sue you, you say, prove it. You even show up and make them show you where you signed for 2 years. Most of these services puff and bluff, and they're not going to be able to help you or hurt you, I mean. Cicely, what's happening?
I am involved in a lawsuit
with
the trustee of my parents' trust.
Now, you're suing the trustee.
Correct.
Why?
She failed to carry out her duties. I sent her 3 letters in the year after my mother died, and she wouldn't provide an accounting.
Well, let me ask you this. This trust that your mom had.
Yes.
How many people are beneficiaries?
4.
4 beneficiaries, and you're one of them.
Yes.
And the trust is in your mother's name.
It was my parents' trust.
And it's administered by this woman?
Yes, my sister.
Oh, so this is who you're suing?
Sisters. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So one of the 4 is the trustee?
Correct.
Okay. And what is she doing wrong?
She wouldn't provide an accounting. She wouldn't communicate information about the trust. She wouldn't provide a copy of the trust document, the will.
When is this supposed to be distributed?
Well, my mother died in 2014. 2015 was when I sent her letters. 2015 in December we filed a suit.
Okay.
She had a stipulated order against her because she wasn't carrying out the duties, and it was supposed to have been distributed in August of last year.
And what happened?
Well, partly her attorney, she was forced to sell property to me, which she didn't want to do. So,
why was she forced to sell it if it was part yours?
She had to sell it to me. I offered to buy this part of the trust, and she tried to block me from buying it.
Okay. How much is the trust worth?
It was about $2 million.
Okay. And you bought part of it?
Correct.
But you bought it. Wouldn't you have gotten part of that anyway?
Well, I paid...
A reduced amount?
Right. I paid the appraised value.
But did they take... Go ahead.
I already owned a quarter of it.
Okay. So you bought 3/4 of it?
Correct.
Gotcha. All right. Now what do you want to do?
So what I'd like to do now is, because she was forced to sell me the property against her wishes, we agreed to a mutual restraining order just to placate her, because she didn't want me to have this property, which is near hers. So the restraining order states...
What is it, land?
Yes.
How much? Land?
Mine's about almost 14 acres and includes a house, and her house is nearby. It was all part of my parents' property.
And you wanted that?
Correct.
And the other siblings did not oppose?
The sister who lives next to her opposed, but she was also buying trust property right next to the land.
How much property is left?
Now that takes care of everything.
Okay, so the trust has been so the money paid that you paid for the 3/4, and the money the other sister paid for her 3/4, where'd that money go?
Well, what happened was the opposing counsel distributed almost all the money from the trust and required us to put the money back into the trust. That wasn't what the judge had said to do. He said, hold back the money these two beneficiaries owe. After about 2.5 months, my sister returned her money. I returned mine in 10 days.
Okay, so all the money's back in the trust?
Most of the money is back. Not the interest that my sister earned on the money she should have never had.
Where's the money going to go?
The money will eventually be distributed to the beneficiaries after paying court costs, compensation, whatever.
Right. So what's the issue with the trust? There is no issue right now with the trust.
Well, the issue right now is this restraining order.
What about it?
I want it lifted because my other sister now wants to be part of this restraining order. She isn't a party to this lawsuit. Meaning
she doesn't want you there either?
Yes, correct. And I don't have a problem with it.
So wait, all of you are just enemies. Why is that? Why?
You know, the reason, we used to be very close, but when my father died and my mother started having dementia, my two sisters' adult daughters wanted to start taking part of the property. They wanted to live in this house that I bought. One of them closed out my parents' safety deposit box. She added her name to a bank account. She used the vehicles. I didn't support that. And that made them angry.
Did they claim they were taking care of her and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, that's always the case.
Right.
All right, so right now there's a lot of bad blood. The money will eventually be distributed. You got the property and got a quarter of it that you didn't have to pay for. It seems like things are working out. So the very next question would be what?
The restraining order. I want it lifted so this other sister isn't a part of it. We're all protected by no trespassing laws. There are already...
Yeah, why is there a restraining order? That seems more out of anger than anything.
That's exactly what it was.
Well, is it a permanent restraining order?
Yes, it's a permanent mutual restraining order.
Because you both agreed to it?
Yes.
None of you opposed it?
Correct.
You're not going to get it lifted unless you agree to it. You're not going to get it lifted against her will. If both of you had it mutually put on each other, the restraining order, the only way it's going to be lifted is mutually, unless the judge makes an order because he thinks it's ridiculous.
Okay.
I mean, it's not going to happen. And the daughter, the other sister, your other sister, can't just willy-nilly be part of it. Why does she want to be part of it, meaning she doesn't want any part of you and the other sister?
Just no part of me.
Well, why would she join? In order to have a restraining order, she'd have to show a compelling danger.
Exactly.
Well, she doesn't just get added to a restraining order. If one sister has a restraining order against you and she wants to join it, it's really not joining it. She's getting her own restraining order. I don't even know why they call it joining it. You don't join
that. Intervene.
Well, I don't care. You know, that's a stupid way of doing it. What she is saying is she wants a restraining order. Why? Why does she want a restraining order against you?
Because she doesn't like me.
Yeah, but that's not a reason to get a restraining order.
Right.
See, people misuse restraining orders all the time.
Yes.
Restraining orders are for when you feel endangered. Marco Bendinelli's with us, attorney at law, from the referralist at referralist.com. Marco, restraining orders aren't just to be given out like candy, yet people use it for anger. It's like defriending someone on Facebook. It's a restraining order.
It's a little more serious than that, but...
Yeah, but that's the way they use it.
Right.
Her sister wants one because she's pissed at her. She's mad at you.
Yes.
Why is she mad at you?
Because they didn't support her daughter cleaning out my parents' deposit box.
But on what grounds is she getting a restraining order? Did she actually file a motion?
The attorney who's representing the trustee, my sister, filed the motion on her behalf and is being paid by the trust to do this.
The trust is paying to pay for a restraining order against one of the beneficiaries of the trust?
Correct.
Well, that's ridiculous. Why should the legal fees come out of there?
They shouldn't.
Well, you know, unfortunately, you have to hire your own attorney.
I have one.
And he has to oppose this.
And he did oppose it.
Okay, then you're in the right spot. This is ridiculous. Your one sister is mad. She's angry. She's using a restraining order to express anger. I mean, certainly a good attorney can fight it. That's all I can tell you. Can go in and say, Your Honor, this is ridiculous. There's a lot of bad blood, but my client wants nothing to do with them. There doesn't have to be a restraining order. It doesn't look good on my client if there's a restraining order. You don't just get a restraining order because you're angry with someone. You get it because there's a clear and present danger. And there is no clear and present danger, for God's sakes. It's ridiculous. You're just going to have to fight it. And then you're going to have to protest the money being used of the trust to fight this, because that means less money to be distributed. The whole thing is so ridiculous, I find it hard to believe. I really, really find it hard to believe. 303-713-TALK. I find it so hard to believe.
This report is brought to you by the Broadmoor. No major delays in your drive across the metro area freeway system. Looks like that earlier wreck northbound I-25 at Dry Creek has been cleared. Traffic flow is starting to get back up to speed on that stretch. Stalled vehicle being cleared westbound I-76 at I-270. Also, watch out for heavy fog, especially on the west side of town. It's just hanging out this morning. And a new road layout, southbound 225 approaching I-25. Of course, they're going to do that extra lane there. That work will happen all month. For more real-time traffic updates on your route, download the new Total Traffic app powered by Traffic Karma.
Good. Do you have anything special on your mind, Marco?
High of 54. Right now, fog in 33.
I'm here to hang out with you and participate when you need me.
Whenever you participate when you feel like it. No, but aren't you sick and tired of families use restraining orders sometimes for anger?
Well, I'm just looking it up because, I mean, harass, stalk, injure, intimidate, threaten. I mean, you know, it can't just be because I'm mad at you.
More than 30 years in all areas of business, except when it comes to the IRS. I refer them to Larson Tax Relief. If you owe back taxes, if it's been
fear of bodily harm.
They are the best. They're smart. They have a fantastic team of experts and will understand your situation. Their name says it all. Larson Tax Relief. Relief from your tax debt problems. Larson will get you the absolutely best possible resolution. You won't have to worry about your wages being garnished or losing your house. Larson will get between you and the IRS. They'll save you thousands and thousands of dollars. I trust Ron and Jack Larson and their team of experts, and you can too. 844-LARSON-TAX.
Can you see if Joe Lazara's around?
LarsonTaxRelief.com. That's 844-LARSON-TAX. 844-LARSON-TAX. Larson Tax Relief is the only tax relief and audit organization I endorse on my referral list at referralist.com.
iHeartRadio. They've got all of your favorite talk shows and all of your favorite stations, all free. The iHeartRadio app is the one app that keeps you connected with all of the talk shows that you love, including The Michael Brown Show. And iHeartRadio is the only app that also gives you your favorite radio stations. Open the iHeartRadio app, pick a song, a playlist, or a talk show host for a station, and just simply tap play. Download or open the free iHeartRadio app today.
Two things happen when you get a DUI. A criminal charge and a civil proceeding against your license. Get an experienced, aggressive attorney who can help you in both areas. Joseph A. Lazara, 303-429-6200. That's 429-6200.
JC Dodge Construction understands. It's my home, my business, my investment. No matter what the job, big or small, with all the permits and logistics, navigating the world of construction is challenging. Communication can be daunting, and through it all, you've got your own busy life. At JC Dodge Construction, we'll manage the architects, the framers, electricians, plumbers, roofers, and painters to get the job done. JC Dodge can act as pre-construction consultants, or we can do what we do best, build. Commercial, residential,
So there's six grounds upon which you can get a restraining order. Domestic abuse, stalking, sexual assault, abuse of the elderly,
on time, on budget,
physical
and
assault,
to the highest of
or
standards.
threat
Because
of bodily harm.
is how we measure success.
So, but it's all really risk of bodily
Call
harm.
720-613-5500 or online at jcdodgeconstruction.com.
This Saturday, America's Wealth Management Show will air at noon for must-know retirement strategies.
And that was good.
Tune into America's Wealth
You don't get a joint
this
one.
Saturday at noon on 630 KHOW.
Each person would have to apply.
To discover the necessary financial planning for retirement.
Hey guys, your prostate should be the last thing on your mind. But the fact is, the older you get, the more likely you'll have prostate problems, which can affect your everyday life. That's where Prostate Complete by Real Health comes in. Prostate Complete is the result of 20 years of experience as a leader in men's health.
And there's got to be a
Formulated
specific
Prostate Complete supports natural prostate function and
instance
reduced urinary
where there was a
for
threat
quality
or acts
blood.
of violence.
Available at Walmart. Visit prostate1perday.com for special offers. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Honest analysis in the afternoon.
The truth does not matter.
From Michael Brown.
So fake news matters? Yes, fake news matters because fake news is just a new word for propaganda.
Today at 4.
Got it?
On 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Okay, they give out restraining orders like candy. And the reason they do that is because they can. People go and get them. And it becomes ridiculous. If you're ever faced with anything like this, a criminal defense attorney, Joseph A. Lazara, attorney at law, I hope you never need Joe. We've talked to him about this in the past. It does limit your rights as an individual. So even though you don't ever think you'll see this person the rest of your life, it's not good to have a restraining order against you. If ever somebody tries to do that against you, you should seek counsel. You should also seek counsel if you're accused of a crime, any crime, even if you think you can work it out, because you need to know the system. Seriously, it's nothing to be trifled with. Joe Lazara, attorney at law for DUI, DWAI, marijuana, alcohol. Of course, we never encourage drinking, driving, smoking, and driving marijuana or any of the edibles. But if you're in trouble, you do need help. 303-429-6200, 429-6200. Lazara Legal is on a referral list at referrallist.com. Joseph A. Lazara. Now, Marcos looked it up, Bendinelli, and he's an attorney from the referral list in with us today. He does personal injury. He also does medical malpractice. And Marco, it's not to be taken lightly, a restraining order.
It is not. And, you know, there are specific circumstances for which you can apply for a civil protection order or a restraining order.
And I think when I said they kind of use it like defriending someone on Facebook, they do. They're mad at each other, so these sisters start filing restraining orders.
It's kind of ridiculous, and I don't. You were correct in that you don't get a joint restraining order. Each party would have to apply.
Right.
And there's got to be like a threat or a threat of bodily harm before a judge is supposed to issue a restraining order.
All right, so I think you have enough ammunition to fight it. This is what I'm calling today. I'm going to make a list called Stranger Things on the Troubleshooter Show. One is, the first one that came up, ACH withdrawals. If you have an account at a bank and someone claims to have a contract with you, and you owe money, they can ACH out of your account. Providing they have been given permission once, they can always go back there. It is, in fact, they don't even have to have permission. See, here's the deep, dark secret. Banks never check to see if you have ACH permission. In fact, we proved it. We went into someone's account with just the ACH, with just the routing number and the account number. The bank does not ask, do you have approval? What they do is they do it, and then if the person complains, they investigate it. So in this particular case, where this woman said she wanted to cancel DirecTV, DirecTV says, we're going to take money out of your account because you still owe us. And she wants to cancel it. If she cancels, closes her bank account, Marco, I don't know if you know this, at that bank, if she closes, let's say she's at First Bank, and she closes the account and reopens another account at First Bank. If an ACH comes through on the original account that's now closed, and the person sending through the ACH claims to have a contractual arrangement, they will go into the other account, the brand new account, and affect the ACH.
I was not aware of that.
You want to know why?
I'm not really familiar with that.
Because you sign what's called a cross-collateralization agreement. And that means